Recording started.
So then should we start?
Yes, please.
A very good evening and warm welcome to everyone present here. Today we all have gathered here to witness the 11th lecture of our Centenary Lecture series. Today the lecture will be delivered by our beloved alumnus, Air Vice Marshal Archan Kumar Bhattacharya on the topic of Career Awareness Program on Drone Technology. Today, as our chair, we have with us Dr. Ramanath Datta, former country manager of Blue Star Limited, currently associated with Saffron Software Corporation as its director, and also with St. Thomas College of Engineering and Technology as a faculty member of its Electrical, Electronics, Communication Engineering department. He is also our alumnus from the batch of 1979 from the Electronics and Telecommunication department. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. Okay, thank you
Sir?
first. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. Okay. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, HOD, Dr. Sudeep Ghosh, Professor Mullik, who is present here, Gavishu President, Uchuda, okay, we only call him Uchuda, and the other uh, faculty members of the department, and all the participants on this lecture. Okay, and I welcome you all to this lecture class. Now, it's my privilege to introduce my friend, my batchmate. Okay, Air Vice Marshal Archan Kumar Bhattacharya to you all. Uh, Archan obtained this, Air Vice Marshal Archan Bhattacharya obtained his Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering from B College, Calcutta University in that year, 1979. He is alumnus of this institute and as well the department, the mechanical department. So far my knowledge goes, probably no alumnus from this institute went to that level of Air Vice Marshal in the Indian Air Force. He was also awarded Oti Visishta Seva Medal twice by the President of India, okay, Pranab Mukherjee. Air Vice Marshal Bhattacharya received his MTech in Reliability Engineering from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur in 1999. He is accomplished mechanical and aeronautical engineer. He is an accomplished mechanical and aeronautical engineer with more than 35 years of distinguished careers as a commissioned officer in Indian Air Force IAF. As a professional aviation specialist, he has a rich experience on technical and maintenance management of Russian and European fleet of aircraft. He was one of the members of the inducting the Sukhoi 30 Mk aircraft to IAF. Air Vice Marshal Bhattacharya served as the head of the mechanical branch of the Air Force Technical College. He commanded an engine overhauling unit of Mirage and Meg aircraft. He was recognized for his contribution towards the service and rewarded, as I already told you, in the year 2007 and 2016 for the Oti Visishta Medal AVSM. He was contributed effectively towards the Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat projects and presently involved in the drone segments. Air Vice Marshal Bhattacharya has recently retired from IAF as Assistant Chief of Air Staff Engineering and is currently working as independent aviation consultant involved in aircraft maintenance of Indian Air Force and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. He also holds an MBA in the field of marketing from Indira Gandhi National Open University While in Bengal Engineering College, he had also served as a General Secretary of College Society of Mechanical Engineering. He also participated in college football and cricket team. He was a good footballer, no doubt of that. He is proficient in command and control, managing the major projects, teaching, general administration, HR, and training needs. He has rich experience in providing the consultancy services to aviation and other industries, institutions, and uh, helping in business development. Currently, Air Vice Marshal Bhattacharya works towards the creating awareness on drone technology and keeps himself engaged in imparting the training in drones. So today's lecture actually towards in that point we discuss that, and I'm sure the all the participants in this lecture will be enlightened with this lecture on career awareness of program and drone technology uh, in the today evening. So may I let me welcome Professor Bhattacharya to deliver, Air Vice Marshal Archan Bhattacharya to deliver his lecture.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I really don't know how much you've spoken so much about me. I don't know how much it's worth, but I definitely enjoy and feeling nostalgic to be part of this lecture. Uh, I will start with my slides, sir, if you permit me, with the first slide itself, and then if it's feasible, then I will start off.
Okay, meanwhile, let me tell you one thing. Let Air Vice Marshal complete his lecture. And then if you have any queries in the lecture, just make a note of it and put those questions in the chat box. And when the session ends, definitely you will pick up one by one question and answer to your queries. I think it's all is okay to you. Okay, thank you once.
Is I'm visible through the PPT?
Yeah, sure. It's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, good evening to everyone in this forum, those who have joined today. At the outset, I must convey my heartiest congratulations to all the faculty members of Mechanical Engineering Department on the occasion of Centenary Celebration. Also, I feel proud, honored, and to be one of the fortunate to be a part of these lecture sessions. And for this, I definitely head of the department and all other department members to give me an opportunity to talk to you all on this forum on the platform. Basically, I will be touching about the basics of the introduction of the drone technology, and then I should be actually talking about why should we learn this technology or adopt this technology right now, because this is the right time. I think that we should go for it, and it's not only for the mechanical engineers, all the engineering students. It's not specific drone is an mechanical, aeronautical, or electronics. Once I carry on in my lecture, you will probably find that everybody, that IT, every student can be utilized from this if they take it as a profession. Okay, the first I will talk about what is this drone. Basically, it's an unmanned aerial vehicle. It's technological in term, we call it drone, but when this UAVs, which is unmanned aerial vehicle, is come to the defense services long back, and either in Indian Air Force, Army, or Navy. We got it almost 10 years back. This was only called that time, it was UAV. But later on, over a period of time, this has been coming in a different applications form for the commercially also. What is drone? Basically, is a flying robot. We must have all seen that normal vehicles with a battery operated vehicle, or those who have done aero modeling at any stage, either in NCC stage or maybe in the engineering You must have seen. It's a basically remotely controlled, you know, kind of a small aircraft which can be flown autonomously, as well as software controlled flight plans. That means is embedded flight plans are there like normal aircraft, which especially in our fighter aircraft we put the flight plans. The fighter aircraft will go and deliver the weapon and come back. It is something like that. It's that sophisticated today is the drone with the help of onboard sensors and the GPS. As long as almost 10 years back, as I said, that a trade group association of for unmanned vehicle system international, they projected that we'll have 1 lakh new jobs in this kind in field of unmanned aerial vehicle by that 2025. But however, it is slowed down. As you know, this is the pandemic has slowed down many things, and this is also one of that. But drone is coming out in a big way to our country. Analysts like PwC Price Waterhouse Coopers predicted not last year, it's slightly older slide, that the global market is going to be almost 127 million dollars. It's almost 950. Today it is going with how to 1,000 crore by 2022. But we are lacking basically because a lot of the businesses slightly slowed down. I will first show one video and then we'll start off our lecture. So everybody gets into the same platform. What is drone looks like? I may just talk about. I would like to show that. I hope that audio is on. Can you hear the audio, sir?
Yes, the audio is
Yes,
audible.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. This is the all pictures is taken from the drone. It's an aircraft carrier. You can see how powerful cameras there, and then the drone can what all applications through the drone. It's just showing that. This is a fixed wing and can be hover also. That used for the survey, used for the crop spray. This is a survey drone, long wing. See how the blades are folding. The survey and the mapping. This battery replacement compartment on top of that. This is the delivery of items. The perfect location. Used for the mining. This mining robo is known as. Exploring. Used for again land mapping, terrain mapping. Can go into the remote place, especially these days used in the constructions very widely, high raised buildings. Site planning, it's very helpful. Site planning. Okay, sir. With this short video, I will just now start. What are the basically drones is classified into 3 vehicles. That is aerial vehicle, the water vehicle, and the ground vehicle. Basically, I will be talking only on the UAVs, that unmanned aerial vehicle. The water vehicle, ground vehicles, they are in a different shape and different form. But UAVs have gone slightly ahead of other two. Now I come to the definition, which is why it's called unmanned aerial vehicle. It's just normal like aircraft which can fly on over. Over means helicopter, and that does not carry any human on board to operate or carry various payloads. The payloads, either in case of defense service or the air force, it is payloads means the weapon, or in a transport aircraft, or the loads like we carry load army load from one place to another place, or the human being. This is called the applications of the UAV. They are operated remotely by a human being, basically from the ground control station. And this can be manually, that is line of sight, or it can be autonomous, like plan and then it would go to the flight path and come back, or else it is operated on board computing device and autonomous. This is what is presently or commercially being used. When we get into that classifications, which is basically it is a category of designs, category of performance, that is what is the range and altitude based on DGCA, that is Director General of Civil Aviation. This is only guidelines for not only for total aviation field commercially, not for the defense services DGCA. And the drones also has got a very recently. I was also involved in this draft has been made, a new draft, because otherwise drones are flying all over the country, and illegally they were flying. There's been put into the shape the DGCA guidelines. That is also based on size and weight, and based on application. Like what are the applications? I have already said the payload, and based on the propulsion system. And I will slightly discuss in details like what is the categories. Basically, we have got two categories: fixed wing and vertical wing. In case of aircraft, we have got very hardly one or two aircraft which is hybrid. But otherwise, in case of drone, we have got mostly we have gone for the hybrid. That is, it's got a fixed wing and it can go for a long endurance, long range. And another is basically popularly you have seen quadrocopter, and there are like helicopter principle therefore. Then it comes to the performance. There is a high range and long endurance, with high altitude, long endurance. This is basically used for ISR, like intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. Used for that defense purposes. Similarly, we have got medium altitude, long endurance, medium altitude, medium endurance, and low altitude. This is what is right now being used most on the best of the performance, because they are the smaller aircraft used for like different commercial purposes. Then what is the DGCA? DGCA is now made it in the as per the weight of the drone. This nano, that is less than 250 grams. You must have seen many of them, and the aerobatic shows also coming in. They're all nano or micro level. That is less than 250 grams. Greater than 250 grams. The mini is 2 kg to 25 kg. Small is 25 kg to 150 kg, and large is more than 150 kg. And like in defense services, we have got slightly bigger UAVs, and the Navy has got more because of the long range surveillance. Then best of applications. This is basically now we are coming to where we get into the business. That is the governmental one part and the non-governmental. Till today, all the governmental things, as India produces very less UAVs or the drone, we have been getting from different countries. That also I will discuss. And then basically defense services, police, survey, disaster management. These people are already using various kind of drones. In fact, I have got approach from Geological Survey of India, because to take up a kind of system, so we can do all the mappings with the drone. These are the governmental part, and the non-governmental. This is commercial part. You must have seen, many of you must have seen that how the filming and all going on, and all films today is all through the help of drone. Survey, map, agriculture. Recently, you have seen the crop spray. Our honorable Prime Minister's opened that 100 drones are given to the agriculture to farmers to do the crop spray, their survey, and then delivery of cargo. This all the players are coming into pictures, the Amazons and all these Zomato, these people are coming to pictures. Now, based on propulsions, I don't think I have to explain IC engine, gas turbine, jet engines, and electric that battery, solar, onboard generators for engineering civils very easily can be understood. Now, what is it? US is a total system, the UAV, the aircraft, the ground control system, and the UAV operator is, and he has to be a pilot. He has to be a pilot license holder, and he has to be a DGCA cleared for drone. For defense services, it is also pilot. For commercial purpose use of drone, also has to be a pilot license holder with the DGCS clearance. So these are the US system is known as. So the basic anatomy is again like typical aircraft structure, power system, and the control system, the flight control system, and the ground control system. So all the things are involved into this. Now it's a basic, drone anatomy. I have shown it in as one picture where people can assimilate that. What is a drone looks like? There is a quadcopter. Basically, there is a nose direction in the front. You can see that nose direction. There is a camera mounting, and all the lights, digital, so the propellers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 propellers. You can see the light direction, green, starboard, port. Once you come to know. Now it's the structural system. It's just like an aircraft, as I said. The structural properties designed because it has to withstand the air pressure, as you know, the lift and the drag principle. So the design part of it depends on what is that size of that drone or UAV, whatever you call it for your purpose. The design is similar to the aircraft structure, and whatever we apply in that, it is in the case of UAV or drone also. The materials are used basically in case of drone, but aircraft it is basically composites and lightweight aircraft. And here you could use that polyurethane, depending because you are reducing the weights and the kind of plastics. But today the nanomaterials are also being used on this concept. There are very nano drones are coming with artificial intelligence. You must have seen in many of the videos or the movies. The material selections also depend what kind of actually drone you are asking for. Is it like a just for the filming or the camera purpose? It's a different kind of a smaller drone. And if you are going for the bigger drone, then your material selection you have to have a aircraft grade material, kind of material selection. So it all depends what kind of performance, what kind of drone you want, and depending on that. So here you understand that again engineering is involved everywhere. You think carefully. Everywhere the engineering expertise are involved, even it's a small drone. The power systems, again, it depends, what kind of power system is the smaller range you can have in battery operated. And, if you have a long range, you will have to have a propulsion system. You have available the jet system, you have available the, rotary system, the propulsion. So it again depends on your application, what kind of UAV you are asking for, and accordingly your selection of power systems. Again, aeronautical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical, electronics, and also the IT. The next you will come to know. This is the basically a power system: DC motor, electronics, speed controller, propeller, batteries. They are all required. Now the control system, it's just like an aircraft. The control system is also to be, flight path control. You have to have an exactly like aircraft system. You have an autopilot, but very very miniature form in that. You have got all the control system, like you have got wings, you have got radar, ailerons, everything like an aircraft system. They all have to be controlled for the movement of the aircraft, your right, your left, and for this you need all the control system, and they are all controlled through that again with a different system when you as like autopilot in case of aircraft. This is the flight control system on board with the UAV. This is get the command through the ground control system, and this flight can go for durations is fixed depending on that. It can go to the flight plan with the flight control system, and then aircraft comes back to its initial place, the primary place. Sorry. These are the main components in the flight control system, that is inertial measuring unit, and aircraft, of course, we call it inertial navigation unit. This is an basically a accelerometer and a gyroscope. It's a combination of that. It gives you the position of the aircraft, then GPS with magnetometer and the power distribution board. These all are the components of the. I'm going to the basics. I'm not going into the design part of it because that is not our main motto today. These are the sensors, as I said, accelerometer, gyroscope, barometer, voltmeter. They are all required in IMU, that measuring unit, inertial measuring unit. And they all are very important part, and each has got individual role, and it controls the aircraft position, aircraft altitude, range, everything is controlled by this. This is the ground control system. From here, all flight controls are controlled by a pilot, as I said, that UAV operator, that he who can fly the UAV, and he is trained on that, and that is how it is being flown from the ground control system. This is again, it can be manual. This, as I said, line of sight. Then it can be autonomous also. Which can be planned, and the ground controller just watches that aircraft comes back safe. Is as per the plan. This is the basics of that ground control system, which is there in that, like antenna and the mobile holder. It's just like if many of you have seen the joystick and they're like playing a video game. It is something like that. It look if very that kind of simple, but it has got function different, and it is only with your practice and the knowledge you can gain the control of that system. Now I'm just giving you it's just basic, how that quadcopter has with the four, blades, how four rotors, how the aircraft flies. You want to. Some people are wondering, basically maybe the initial student when we did the mechanical engineering, we didn't know how an aircraft is flying, the lift, drag. Of course, we have been taught later stage, third year, fourth year, but they are the very basics. And the helicopter dynamics has gotten totally different from the normal aircraft. And here the quadcopter, you must have seen in many of the movies, as well as it is very, fondly seen everywhere in the quadcopter today's date. Basically, two of the rotors combination, opposite diagonal. If you lower the speed, their speed, so it moves other direction. It is something like when the forward two rotors RPM reduce simultaneously, increase the rear two, the quadcopter moves forward. It is something like that. It is a combination. I just wanted to bring how normally a quadcopter flies. So basically, you don't have to worry right now. Neither you are going to operate straight away. It's all been taught in the courses. So just don't worry about this part. Now I'm coming to the main part of it. Why a student needs to learn drone technology? The question would come: why should I learn a drone? What is there, and why should I learn? What is there is first part you must have. That is why I have given the introduction to drone. You understand that technology is involved into that. It's not that simple or kind of small toy. You can just do that. The drone, the technology itself has got a lot of. It's very similar to our aircraft technology, very similar, but in a miniature in nature. Now, see that drone market value as of now, the way it is coming, and also India. I have taken some statistics from our present days, from the different economic times. India had recently said that the largest importer of drone, and uh, Israel is the top since 1983, as we also got in defense services. All these drones were Israeli that time. But since the China has entered into the area, they are the top and right now the largest player. Though US, UK, and France making, and there are other different small countries are also started making. They are also making good quality, but quantity is less. If you hear or if you know, and some people are doing some work on drone. The DJI China is the top. They are actually marketed 70% of the drone market in the world, and they have got all varieties of aircraft and drone, whichever you want. So that is where now our government has taken a decision that we have to be also now the manufacturing hub. Anyway, the various global top playing UAV companies, including Airbus, Boeing, looking forward to put their infrastructure here in Indian soil. This is going on for quite some time. And if you are also reading some books and journals, you will come to know that Boeing and Airbus is already entered in the drone sector. They also started, they are shown interest to make it in India, and probably it is going to come in a big way. The research and markets of Indian UAV market is projected to record total turnover 120 to 150 billion rupees by 2026. It's quite a huge amount at seeing that structure of drone. Then current turnover about 800 million. 800 million current turnover is quite a bit now. We are picking up the market, and this government plans recently. I also was a part of that seminar where our present aviation minister has announced that this are going to be an 5,000 crore and create 10,000 jobs opportunity to the startups. It's very encouraging, and that it's been already decided by 2030 India is going to be a big global drone hub. I mean, already people are coming in to this business, and this is the right time for our people to think, and I would always encourage them to start thinking in the out of the box and getting into that, especially the final year students and those who have already passed out also. Drone and anti-drone market. This one is the drone, and you have heard anti-drone. I will touch upon a little bit because it will take quite a bit of. Anti-drone is becoming a more popular, and it is because the drone is coming in a big way. The anti-drone is already DRDO has already made anti-drone and presented by our defense minister to the defense services after that JNK Jammu Air Base attack. You must have heard in a big way, and already this is in a big way. All 50% market is only for the defense, and 50% is expected for the commercial purpose. This anti-drone, which will neutralize the illegal drone or that enemy drone. This is where I thought I must talk to all my fellow brothers and sisters that emerging technology for drones usage beyond the military application, especially for the commercial application, is coming in a big way. This because in a commercial use, especially for the drones, the demand is increasing. The big all that real estate people, the surveying of the areas, then the inspection purpose, then the logistics supply, then the inspection. I mean, like our what is called this insurance company. They are all asking for drone for various purposes. And that technology is also with the different kinds of capabilities of drone is also in the all research work is going on everywhere in the world. So I think this is the right time we should get into this market, in the drone market, and start thinking on that. That use case of drone, as I said, the cases of drones are increasing like anyway. And as you know, that very recently, not even month back, our honorable Prime Minister has given that 100 drones to the farmers. Then growing adoption of camera drones is there because even today you think about any inspection of high raise building on the windmills, it's all the camera drones which gives you the real time feedback. Where is that damages? Where is that crack? Or is it required? Or periodical inspection. The camera drone is coming in a big way, not only for the filming, it's for many other purposes. And easing regulations. Yes, now this is one point. As the drone families are increasing, the various kinds of drones are increasing, the regulations on these drones are also going to be slightly stringent. DGCA is thinking on that. But to make it a popular business commercially, they do not want to put everywhere, ifs and buts, because because of that, in India, the coming of the drone technology was slightly delayed because a lot of drones were not authorized. Now, as you know, the recently government has announced that we all have to have a self-made Indian-made drone. You have to use only, so that the commercially again the manufacturing units are also going to increase. We have got hardly three, four. I mean, if you name three, four of them are there in India, but they also restricted to only few kinds of drones. They don't have all varieties like what DJI quality or any other companies in all over the world. So the regulations, restrictions are also being easing out, so that and the growing affordability, because these drones when it comes in a larger quantity, uh, probably will be able to afford that commercially, especially the farms, they don't buy it. Will I'll talk about that, how it can be thought about, which I have picked up from different places. And it is not that difficulty if you want to get something inspected or do some thing to be done with the drone, you can afford on. Now, drone as a costly product. Why do you need drone developer and operator basically? Which needs skill and experience. You just can't make a drone just like that. Otherwise, what till date, what we have been doing, we are buying the parts of the drone from all other countries. People are getting from US, Dubai, China, and they are assembling it here. And this is basically being done as of that. But uh, a drone, if you want to manufacture yourself, you need skill, you need experience, also operator for operating. Otherwise, people are losing drones because they do not know, they do not have the skill to operate the drone. There is a lot of demand for application drone oriented services. As I said, the real estate, the survey. So you need their operators also. And the operators can be anyone who has got the knowledge. Even an engineer, it doesn't mean that he cannot be an operator. He can be an operator also. He has to study, he has to pass certain exams on DGCA, and he can be a drone operator. And the demand is coming in a big way, in a fantastic demand. And in India also, there are certain places like commercial pilot license, CPL, what you call, like that. There are some of the institute already tied up with the DGCA and started teaching for the drone operators, and they are arranging for their exams also. But only DGCA conducts the exam and gives the license. And this is what is the Make in India program, where I was involved in some cases, looking for the drones which are indigenously developed, thus increase the need for skilled, trained and experienced engineers to this Indian drone markets. That is what our main thrust is right now. If we are only dependent on the imported drones, then we don't need this. We have to just assemble and then probably few operators fly. But now we are looking for the job opportunity also. So it is all will be make in India. And this next point is very, very important, which is government is also thinking the data security. The earlier, that mobile applications everywhere you must have seen the foreign drones, foreign mobiles, foreign everything. There is a involvement of the data security, and which you have heard many of that kind of stories about it. So all drones from abroad are banned right now by the government, so that we can develop our drone and our data security is also established in our country. And last but not the least, no more candidates to abroad for training and or to become a professional. Earlier, there are certain professionals whom I know, they have also been trained on UAVs. Even our people in the defense people on UAVs, they are all trained abroad because we do not have institute. Now we already started having in defense also we have got an institute for this. These are kind of applications. It's just a pictorial vision, so you can realize. Then I will talk on that, like delivery, on agriculture, energy, power sector, how drone, if you the windmill operations are such a huge height. Then industrial operations, oil and gas, especially ONGCs are the drones, the governmental use, police force, the paramilitary force, besides the defense services. Then infrastructure is being used, the geographic or mapping, the sports stadium you have seen recently concluded, even the Olympics also, how the drones are being used, and mining. There are a few sectors I have just shown. Now the application, I'll just go slightly in details. Basically, the aerial photography, which are popular with the drones, like all this marriage scene and all you have seen, the filmmaking, there's any special events, like either cricket games or whatever, or any function, any event, they're all covered through the journalism, agricultural applications. These are all aerial photographies are required. Agricultural, it is, locust and all. Anytime coming, insects attack and all, they can take the photograph, the area, which area. So you can take an preemptive actions to divert that, in the agriculture field. The commercial inspection service, like bridges, if one of you just think about a tower, you have to go and inspect it. Any high towers or any bridges, you think about our second bridge today, you have to do an inspection. You have got certain methods, which is good old methods that they bring that steamer boat or and then climb onto that and have a look on that. Today's date, it's all through the drone with a high power camera. You can see the high altitude, this TV towers, the wind turbines, which I have seen with the help and drone. If you go to the Kanyakumari site, there are hundreds and of wind turbines. They are all being inspected right now using drones, but only few are available. They are all imported drones. The power lines, the terrains you have seen, the hilly terrains, the power line inspection, if there is a snap due to landslide, you know where exactly that snap of lines is there, and you can send the pipelines, ONGCs, they are using these pipelines and entities, all these people, and even the solar panels inspection, which panel is damaged, if there is a huge solar panels are made, like in the, we have seen in Delhi, Indira Gandhi National Airport, there are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of solar panels damaged. You can just send a drone, you don't have to send them manually. The mapping and serving is a very, very important. Like every, Jila Parisad, this, that, the Gram Panchayat, everybody is asking. Even I have got a lot of offers from different, states. Can we do this mapping? There's a lot of confusion or disputes to that. The property boundaries is a very important, service. So these, why I'm stressing that you have to understand that where the requirement, then only probably you will start thinking on that, is there the demand there existing or not existing. The first food delivery, especially for you all, you are in a remote area, coal mines area and asking from Domino's pizzas or not, whatever. Today they already started abroad. We started using it, and India is just knocking at the door. They are going to come. So, and the package delivery is there. I've taken Australia as a postman. Now Amazon is in the business already, and abroad Amazon has started off as a trial basis because they themselves want a fleet of drone. So a lot of things they have talked to various people, and Amazon is right now in a going to the big way for the package delivery to the remotest of the area for that. So the demand is fantastic, and India, Amazon business is increasing. Flipkart, Amazon, all these business increasing. So you can think that where is the growth of this particularly business and emergency medical supply. I have got n number of videos how people are saved. Any medicines at a remote area or at the right time. You want to send it, you can send it once. Just a phone call, the drone is ready. But how drone will be ready? It will not be available everywhere. That is also another technique probably I will talk about. Residential home inspections, as I already mentioned, structure damage, interior, exterior damages. Then another thing is when so many drones are coming, so many varieties of drones are coming. Now you need drone parts and their repairs. Now the manufacturer will manufacture the drone. Now they have to have supply of number of spare parts, number of drones. Now like all this, if you think about the car technology, like Maruti or Hyundai or all other Honda cars, they have got a different like drone, the way it is expected coming, you will have that kind of business can take on, showroom as well as like a repair shop. Drone aerobatic shows, I have got couple of these shows. You have seen, if those who are regular follower in the Olympics, they have got a 300 drone. I think it's 300 drone shows in Japan. The fantastic show they have got. There are many aerobatic shows coming all over the world. And recently you have shown the digital show on 26th January over the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and also on the meeting the retreat on 29th evening, 29th after the meeting the retreat. There is I think 1,000 drones were shown in that, and the fantastic show. And it's going to be an very nice and entertainment thing on the drone business. And aerial advertisement, earlier the balloons were used for advertisement. Now the drones with the banners are being sent to various places. You must have seen if you watch cricket or football matches worldwide, you will see that the aerial banners are there flying. Now, starting, how I'm giving this input. How do you start the drone business? You can study on drone, but what are the professional grade? You have to see the do a little bit of market study and then see which drone, which professional grade of drone. Like I said, that's next line I have introduced as with the artificial intelligence technology. The drone is not a normal drone. It is with coming with the artificial intelligence. You will just think you turn your head, the drone will go that way. You turn your fingers whichever way. This is coming. You must see the many of the videos, or may go to the any of the net survey. You will see that what are the AI is involved in that professional grade drone. The digital show is a popular show, and it's coming in a big way all over and in our country. You must have seen even our aerobatic show, even on the Republic Day when the aircraft showing on the 530 or the Rafale or the Mirages, how popular they are. And this is going to a big business idea startup by the youth. You start thinking which one is good, and you have to be on your own. And yes, you have to take guidance. There are many guidance will be available, but you have to think of a startup at this right time. This is the right time. Why I am insisting and to you all that this is the right time. Once you miss the bus, you may chase the bus, but you may get, you may not get. And it's India is decided by, as I say, 2030 is going to be a drone hub and a drone make hub innovation. In our country, because I'm an aviation specialist, till today in the commercial, forget about the defense part of it, we have got established our fourth line. Fourth line means the overhauling of aircraft. But in commercially in India, due to some restrictions, we could not progress to set up, our aircraft like Indigo and all others, SpiceJet. They go to Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore for their overhauling, but not in our country because we could not set up due to whatever the reasons. Let's not discuss on that. But here, I think there is a smaller scale, and this I think with the kind of innovations, technology available with that our engineers' mind, I think we can set up that kind of things here. In one slide, I have made it. What are the job opportunity for you all? It can be a real estate drone. Where can be? It can be real estate. It can be construction, mining, filmmaking, public safety, search and rescue. If something is lost, in the forest, you have seen so many people, they get into climbing or whatever, and they have been rescued for search purpose. Today it's all in manual. Army people are sent, or like NDRF people go there, disaster management. But with the help of drone, of course, if there is a high wind speed, they cannot fly. If the weather condition is very bad, neither human being nor this even the machine can go. But this technology gives you some liberty to send them and see that how where they are actually located, they're positioning them, and then rescue operation can be organized. Then insurance companies is hiring, it's a remote area. If there is an accident and that person rings up and tells, I'm so and so, you have to send a man to see the photograph, this, that. Now you don't have to do that. That is why insurance companies are looking for drone that can take the real time picture and send them to them. Journalism, of course, you understand how it can be used. Any event happening anywhere, it can be sent there. The agriculture survey mapping, I have repeated enough time. During transportations, drone in the energy sector, oil, gas, as I said, telecommunication and education, drone in law enforcement, homeland security, which is very important. In the forest, you see that forest fire, the zone of fire, how much it is spread. It's impossible for a human being to enter into that. But if you send a drone or UAVs and, to an altitude from where it can take photographs, like border patrol, BSF is using, and e-cart and all. These are the places. I try to put it to one place so you can see that where are the places you can see. Now I think I am coming to close. I know career in drone operations, what you all can become. Drone pilot operator, yes, of course. Drone engineer, drone technicians, of course. There are ITIs people. We have started thinking of starting their courses. They already agreed upon. Then you can become a drone instructor. Your part-time drone instructor or full-time, whichever. When there are many of them, full-time, completely involved. Drone programmer, which is just now not available in our country. That programming, that our IT people, we are so strong in that. Drone programmer, drone entrepreneur. The business you have to think of startup, and higher education is always open. Those who want to go into that. Now, make money without a drone. How? You can, it's a kind of thing where you don't have drone, but you have your knowledge about the drone. You can see that where the drones are placed. Like one commercial firm has got 10 drones. He would look for some relationship manager or relationship and a business development manager who can go and convince the commercially how it can be used to the customers, and tell them this is the way it can be done. Like real estate people, The person who is in real estate, they may not understand how it can be done. You are the one person who has to go and tell them, yes, I will give you the drone and the drone operator, and this your job can be done so easily. Like the job in a involved in human being, it may be done in 1 month. You can do it in 2 or 3 days. So like that, you have to uh, how you develop the relationship with the corporation, different government, and then figure out their requirement, and then liaise with them. The ultimate goal is to show these companies exactly how the drones fit in their business model, and then in long-term contracts. So this is a business module. Connect with the companies that need real data collection. There are many companies they need, like especially I have been talking about them, like windmill people. These are all private firms. The windmill people, the real estate people, that like those who are laying the long, pipes, hydro project. They all need various kinds of data. So aerial data collection, the terrain, there's a difficult terrain where even the climbers sometimes, normal trekkers will got a difficulty. So you can give all the information through with the help of drone. Drone as a service, the segment of main domain is predicted that it will soon overshadow the multi-billion-dollar market, and I'm sure it is going to happen very soon. And it depends how we take it. This is one example. This is an US-based company, Skycatch is one of the company who is running this drone right now, like an your hire car. So you call them up, they will supply the drone with the operator and all the ground control system, and you tell them what is the job. As I said, the relationship manager's job is that, and by the time you know that your requirement is this, so you don't have to worry about that. What kind of, like, you want a mini car or you want a sedan. So it all depends. The basic goal is to make it easier for the companies to afford that. This is an expensive technology. Everybody cannot buy. So you have to make them understand the process and help independent operators also. You have to have an operators group also to operate that kind of drones. At present, there are very few courses run in our country, and in Bengal right now, it's just not there. Where I'm trying to push it through different angles. This how can we introduce these drone courses? One is a pilot training course, drone operation. Now, so many pilots are there, so many drones are there. Now, who is going to do that operation and maintenance? It's like aircraft. There's some pilots there. They're the engineers, like we were the ground engineers. Who maintains this aircraft to keep it ready for any time given time? So this is an maintenance people are going to be involved into in a big way. And there is a specialty why I written industrial inspection and survey is a special kind of job, not like normal filming. You have to understand what kind of inspection, what kind of survey is required. So there is a different kind of course in that. There is a simulator course which I was very much involved into that with the Israeli people. They have got fantastic simulators, and this simulator course is very costly. Right now in India, we do not have. Some companies shown some interest, but it's quite costly item. So they can give you online simulator course also, especially ISR, like intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance. They have got an aircraft, they have got a simulator, and how you go, long survey, a long recce, for intelligence gathering. There's a separate kind of course. No, not in India, not yet started. I'm attached with some company. We are now already with them tied up to get this technology here. But again, it depends how we get the response from the our customers, because it's slightly costly. Yes, drone forensics and investigation. Now you have got drones. Now, if drone with data you have collected and drone breaks down whatever it is, now you have to have an forensic and investigation like an aircraft crashes. Now we have to get then information from the aircraft why it has crashed. Like we sent for our investigation team, you have heard so many aircraft has gone down, and then search for that black box which is having all the information why the aircraft gone. So the drone forensic in not only this but plus if another enemy drone has been found and you have somehow counter them and bring it down that drone and take out their information data card, and then you have to find out, you have to investigate what are the kind of data they were actually collecting for that. So this is a very specific forensic investigation. Like aircraft, we have got aircraft investigation code. DGCA has also got separately commercially. They run that separately. And our defense services, especially Air Force, we have got separate kind of investigation board. And like in drone, it is going to come. Like presently in Gujarat Forensic University is one. They are doing a lot of research work. I'm also involved in that. So this is a course, but it's all offing. It's going to take some time to establish. Well, first that drone has to come in a big way, but this is in the offing. And anti-drone technology. Yes, you must have heard. Last year and this year also, when our honorable Prime Minister were addressing the country from the Red Fort, the anti-drone was all deployed. This anti-drone is any other enemy drone or illegal drone coming nearby to the zone. This anti-drone will neutralize them, jamming them, and they have got the capability to bring it down also. So this is another technology by itself. Few of the universities are also involved to do this already research work, and they are trying to develop. But DRDO has already developed for the defense services. They have already handed over one technology to the Air Force, Army, Navy, and this is also parallelly going to come in a big way. This anti-drone technology. In a short form, I have given drone forensics is worst field, and basically digital crime is committed, and you are not. You can find out in a many growth and lacks awareness about drone threats. I mean, people don't know the drone also is going to be a threat, and you have to find out who is sent that drone and how it has come to that place. All these things you have to find out once you bring that down. This helps to identify the drone users, owners, unauthorized pilots, and carefully analyze the drone incident. Law enforcement agencies, security, defense personnel, they need more. You have seen recent past few such things are happening. Forensic universities and colleges also, and this is the right time also to collate data. If any drone accident is taken place, we have to find out from that kind of what is the reason for this kind of accident, so that we have a data bank. So tomorrow it will be easier for our forensic analysis. The anti-drone is basically, in the radar 360-degree coverage, which detects the micro drone up to 4 kilometers. But stealth technology, another technology where you can skip the radar, zone also. They are also coming, but again, their technology is also improving through the radar technologies, which can detect that again drone. DRDO has already developed a counter drone system, as I already informed to you. This technology of anti-drone is in a great demand. The foreign countries already developed. Many US is actually leading into that technology. China, we have heard about it, but we are not very clear how much and they got. We only know about the DJI, that only drone technology, but definitely they have got the anti-drone technology, and these all are actually in India understood after the drone attack on last year 27 June over the Jammu airbase, when we never expected at the early in the morning this kind of attack will happen. So now anti-drone has already been placed in different vital installations, and this is how the market is going to come. I think yes, I have finished, and I will be ready. Some question answered, whatever the best of my ability, I will.
Okay, thank you very much, Mshl, Archan Bhattacharya. It was a nice talk. Definitely, the everybody has enjoyed it, and particularly the students who wants to or likes to make drone as a career, as their own startup, or it's a job. It will be very, very useful to them. Now, if you have any questions, you can put into the chat box. Or and here, I think it is related to anti-drone. Uh, uh, Archan Kumar Bhattacharya. The question is, how easy would it be to override a drone and won't it allow misuses? Okay, this is the question. Shall I read it out again?
No,
How
I
easy?
understood.
Okay, okay,
Any technology of anti, it's not going to this way. It's a very difficult kind of technology. Jamming of aircraft. For example, I start from there. Like when in a what kind of situation is presently going, Russia and Ukraine. The jamming of aircraft is a similar kind of technology. Firstly you have to jam that another is a technology which is available. You have to only put it into the shape, and then you can always detect. But how much technology involved to detect that aircraft in situ? Like for the drone is another drone is being sent for jamming. One is I said that through that kind of radar technology, which is 360-degree antenna. It can like our radar, which detects our aircraft flying. Similarly, we have got a radar, and another is another kind of drone with the technology, with the jammers on board. It can go firstly jam that aircraft and help that aircraft to bring it down, because when the aircraft is jammed, that other that enemy territory, whoever send that aircraft, it goes out of control from their ground control system. So that is the time that other drone is also can be brought. So this is how this misuses can be controlled. This is what presently like drone technology, anti-drone technology has been developed by the DRDO. It is the indigenous or of our country. It is handed over to the defense services. Defense services already started using. How effectively using it, whatever it is, time to come if there is another attack, then we will come to know. But it is not. I won't say it is that easy and that technology. It is quite a bit of technology involved in that. Is equally as strong as the radar technology of our. If some of you have got electronics, people understand. So it is that kind of, but it can stop the misuse. That is the main aim right now. Stop the misuse of this drone.
okay. Thank you, thank you. And Surya Prakash, I hope you have got the answer to your question. Hope you are listening this. Okay, there is another question from Nishan, uh, Nishan Datta. The question is, sir, can the drone connections with owner be hacked by miscreants and possible fall and attack like swarm drone attack? Is the first question. Okay, the second one is also, can the IFF system be applied to the drones also? So this is the second one from the Nishan
Yeah,
Datta.
I will take on first one and then come to the second one. First one is he said that drone connection with owner be hacked by miscreant. See, as of now, it is again hacking means again right now it is we are like overriding with the help of anti drone. That is a kind of like aircraft is flying. How you can take on that aircraft by jamming that aircraft? It is something like that, the same technology. But in the drone it has not come in that stage. Yes, there are a lot of illegal drones are being flown. Illegal drones means they are not cleared by, as per that I have said, that weight and height which is given, that within 50 feet you can fly the toy drones and all, but beyond that you cannot fly because it's going to affect that our aerial flying problem for the aircraft. So these small drones hacking has got no meaning. But UAV, when it is going to be, yes, this is not an hacking, this, but with the help of anti-drone technology, you can possibly fail an attack. They are going to be. But as you have asked for me that question of swarm drones attack, I have got very shallow knowledge on that. The swarm drone attack is different because drone as of now using as an legal weapon is not cleared of worldwide basis. Nowhere, not in India, even the world, they are not given any license to use drone as an attacker. But photography, everything is allowed. So this is slightly the swarm drone can be sent, but it need not to be attacking drone. But swarm drone, like number of aircrafts, again I'll go back to the aircraft, like 15-20 aircraft is coming. We have got now AWACS and all. They can tell you which direction all aircraft coming, and they can neutralize by with the help of missiles, anti-missiles, or which are normally placed in different places. Similarly, this technology will be the similar. Right now, I don't think that we have gone to that stage, but yes, there is an opportunity over a period of time is going to come. The moment the drone attacks is started, we will have it. Okay, he's got another also IFF system be applied into drone. Yes, this is one area it is going on. Everything cannot be fitted in a small drone. You have to have a miniature IFF. Like in aircraft, we have got a IFF system. We try to find out with the help of that. Here, in anti-drone, when you send it, yes, it is there. The similar kind of technology. But in our drone, the normal day-to-day commercial drone or military drone, they are right now not there. They are not for the purpose to use that. But yes, as you have said, it's very nice to hear that you have all started thinking on that line. It's very, I'm really happy you started thinking. Yes, it's the technology is going to come. Okay.
Thank you.
Am I
I think
satisfied, Nishan Datta?
Nishan, are you here?
No, actually, I am
Okay.
not. Okay.
Okay. Yes, replied. Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Nishan.
it is right. Right.
So there is another question from the Aniket, I think. Aniket Chanda. Sir, how should I start designing a drone for my startup idea? Something about detecting forest fire as soon as it starts ignite. It's question
Oh,
from Aniket.
Aniket, you have asked some question which is like two different answers. One is how can I design a drone? Anyway, this is not the forum. How can you design a drone? The drone design is there almost now 15-20 years back. Now it is question what kind of drone you want. As you said, there's something detecting the forest fire. It is not detecting. It's in forest fire detection is also there are few kinds of things. One is you have to send a drone where if there is even a little ignite of fire, it can detect. Like again, fire sensor, and is also fitted in the aircraft. If there is a fire in the engine or in the fire in the aircraft, airframe, there are different various places. The fire detectors are there. They detect the temperature, gives an alarm to the warning to the pilot, and pilot then does either press the fire extinguisher and come back as quickly as possible. Now this is kind of fire sensors you have to fit. Now that fire sensors should have distance to be maintained. What distance it can pick up. This is a very sophisticated technology, high level of technology. But right now, what Australian fire and very few Brazilian fire, They all send the drone to see that area, and then drone used for spraying purpose also. You must have seen some of the videos. Drone is, but drone are the smaller. These are smaller drones. They have got a fire buckets are very small. You can't have. So they send you that aircraft for spraying UAVs. Slightly larger UAVs, or you can say manned aircraft for spraying. Water spray or the other chemical spray. So that is how it is being detecting fire forest. I really don't have knowledge right now if anybody got into it. But yes, controlling the fire, yes, the drones are already being used. Is it okay,
Okay.
Aniket?
I think the Aniket has asked that how fire can
Should
be
I start
detected
designing a drone for my startup
yeah,
idea? Basically, that's what it.
exactly.
You think about designing a drone. You start designing aero modeling. If you do the aero modeling, it's all like I have done aero modeling. We started designing by ourselves. Lift, drag. You have to get into little bit of engineering into that. How an aircraft. So you can start designing on that part of it. It's very good idea. Designing on your own for a startup and make it an flying off a drone is a fantastic idea. But I would suggest you have to get into slightly more into designing part of it. Aeronautical engineering, especially because it's all involved. It's not a ground vehicle or it's not a floating vehicle. The flying vehicle has got a slightly different concept. That's all. Like in Air Force, when I passed out mechanical, though I worked here for some time, then when I joined Air Force, we are converted to the aeronautical engineering, mechanical, and the electronics part of it. So though we don't get into designing part of it, but they teach you what design of like aircraft and all. Okay, basically we are the maintenance engineer there, but they teach you. So you have to get into little bit of aeronautical engineering. No problem, you can do it. And if you talk to me later on, I will guide you how you start doing it. Don't worry.
Yes. Is there any way to connect you? Yes, there obviously is a way to connect you.
Yeah, I have
Yes,
given
yes.
everything. I am part of mechanical engineering department. I have got everything there. So please get connected. I will send it like
This this
I
work might
think
be
your
Vidyut,
required.
mail
you
ID.
may kindly arrange with Archan so that he gives some practical
Yes, sir.
classes also.
Yes, sir.
You have got theoretical lectures, but I believe you have got workshops also. So I suggest you may have some workshop with Archan
Okay,
that
yes, sir. Sir. Will
you may think of.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, a hands-on workshop might be beneficial for students and
Yeah, it will be
people
very,
taking
very.
interest, enthusiasts taking
Yes,
interest.
yes.
We have to look for that.
That's right.
Down the line, we have to plan something where we can have some
Yes,
opportunity.
we can organize, sir. Whatever the connections I have, not much in West Bengal
Mm.
right now because I have come back living Delhi to Kolkata very recently. But I am trying to establish. We will have something, even we have got Oval and Lords. I think two big grounds.
Yes, yes,
We
we
can
have
still
grounds.
show them flying them, make them some demo. We can organize. And I will take initiative. Just don't worry. I will try
Yes,
my
we have
level
to look
best.
for that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think if there is no other question, we can stop it here. The
Yes,
session.
at the end, I would seek a couple of minutes from the chair just for Thanksgiving.
Please go ahead, please.
Well, I think it's done. So, on behalf of the department and on behalf of the Centenary Celebration Committee, I must thank our today's speaker, Air Vice Marshal Archan Bhattacharya. It's really nice hearing all these things out about drones. I hope our students will take more interest and we would be able to organize some kind of workshop in near future. So we have to plan for that. I should also take this opportunity to thank our today's chair, Professor Ramanath Datto, for taking time off for this session, for chairing the session, leading the discussion so nicely. Thank you, Professor Dotto. Thank you very much. I must also thank the seniors, senior members of the alumni who have joined today, and our students. They were having their exams. They are still having their exams. They need to prepare for the exams ahead. So within that, they could make time to join. So thank you, students and my team. So with that, I would at the end, I would also request our chair to virtually hand over a certificate of appreciation to our today's speaker, and maybe the memento also. We have a memento that also we plan to send along with the hard copy of the certificate. The soft copy we have, our volunteers can show the soft copy on the screen if they have it here. Do we have it here? Yes. So it's a digital copy of the certificate that we will be sending through mail, and the hard copy will be printing along with the memento. We'll be sending it to the speaker. This is the session of the memento. So thank you very much, one and all.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay, I think the Archan will be delighted to have this two
Yes,
great
sir. Yes, sir.
memento and the certificate.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm feeling
Most
nostalgic
welcome.
right now.
Yeah,
Part of it. I will definitely
exactly.
place in my all these 4G mementos. This will place top of it because this is my alma mater. There is no doubt.
Thank you. We are
Thank
delighted.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you all.
So,
So,
thank you very
So,
much, sir. And I just my last word too. I have not talked about my today the chair. Professor Ramnath Datta is my being postmate, and he is the main initiator since I have come to Kolkata. He says, Archan, do something, and especially for our college. I said, yes, I must do something to college, and I was very thrilled today. At least I talked to some people. Maybe the momentum is just started later on when I talk to them practically, because I am not a regular lecturer, kind like all these professors you have been
uh,
doing it. We can talk hours after hours, but structurally making that lecture, it requires some time. And this is what the present today, Professor Dr. Ramnath Datta, he has told me what is to be the guidelines also given by. Thank you, Ram sir. And
it's
thank you
because
all
of Professor
senior
Dotto
students.
that we got you. That's
That is another. The link is already made.
yes, the link.
Thank you, thank you,
Array,
Thank
you
you,
are
Professor
most
Dotto.
welcome.
okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so
So
much.
So,
with
above
that,
all, he's a very nice man too. And yeah, it's our alma mater. Definitely, we'll do something for it. We definitely be
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
to do that.
definitely.
yeah, I think this is good way of nice way of celebrating 100 years.
Yes, sir. Yes,
At
sir.
least
I
Excellent.
we are
Excellent. That's
able
very
to
good.
get quite a number of ex-students of the department together
yes.
on this forum.
If I
Thank you,
given me
everybody.
an opportunity, I would like to talk. As a like our people, why they are not joining armed forces? Because probably we have not motivated them. It's not an service like people take it in a negative way. Like says all seniors says also there. When I joined, I was working in Mahindra 1.5 years, and then joined. Of course, it's on by what is it? I was not very keen, but after joining, I realized probably I tried to motivate some people. I have gone personally with a few engineering college, but I was not posted here engineering college to
I,
motivate people to join. So I think
I, I,
it's an
I have a couple of ideas
yes. Sir.
of using drones in protected cultivation. I'll discuss
Oh
the thing
yes.
with you. I
Okay. Okay.
think that we
Yes.
can
Yes.
do that. I think.
We can. We can.
Thank you, Well, Vidyut,
Yes, sir.
Thank you all. Thank you
and I
once
think we
again.
can stop recording and
Okay. Thank,
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
thank you all
thank
once
Thank
you
you.
very
again.
much,
Yeah.
and good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you, everyone.
Good night. Good
Yeah.
night.